welcome to Talking Freedom Groups again with David and James and myself, John. Last time we had a guest from the world of the NHS, and today we've a guest from the world of business, and we're going to be interviewing Mike later. But I'm really interested in how Gilbert is doing. James, tell us, what's going on with Gilbert?
Yeah, John, thank you so much for taking an interest in Gilbert, because, at times you can just, this lockdown for him can feel like a breakdown, and it just feels like a weight and a massive tackle on his life, and it just feels like he can be passed around, and so it's really nice when somebody stops and takes the time just to ask how he's doing.
Well, I was concerned. I thought he might be deflated.
He is. He's not as. He definitely is. He could use a bit of hot air. So this meeting might help.
Good. Well, anything that we can do to help him would be really great. Anyway, without any further ado, I'm going to hand over to David to do the interview. Thank you, David.
Well, thanks, John. There we go, Mike. It's great to have you with us, and apologies that you've had to sit through all of that, but it's good to be able to hear from you now. Mike, you're a member of our leadership team here at Freedom Church, and we know that these unusual circumstances are placing great strain upon businesses at the moment, and we wanted to hear about that from your point of view, because you're on the leadership team of your business, a software company. Tell us a little bit more about what you do.
So we're a software house, and we build actually specifically software that deals with travel and expense management. Of course, not a lot of either of those are happening right now.
And it's a tough time for many people. I'm sure also a tough time for you. Can you tell us about some of the things that are making it particularly tough at the moment?
For us, I think the hardest thing is finding ourselves in a position where how does a business survive with all of the people that make it the business it was? And so like many businesses up and down the country, we've had to make some really tough decisions. We've had to furlough staff that we really don't want to, and that has an impact. So I think it's been difficult both emotionally and structurally as a company to take some of those decisions, to do something that's painful now that will hopefully allow us to survive, so that people have jobs to come back to.
You're someone who cares about people, I know, and sometimes when we think about businesses, we think about this great machine that kind of just runs on forward, but it's not like that at all, is it? For
no. No, not at all, and we are very lucky. We're ultimately, our business survives off the back of the people that work for it, and we are like a little family. But so that means that having conversations with some of our staff about not being able to come into work, what that looks like, have been emotionally draining from top down. But we're also a company that really believes in communication. And communicating with people, so we're in touch with our staff that are on furlough, and they're mocking us, saying that they're out in the garden, and we're holding the fort so that they have a job to come back to, and when they come back, I'll be taking a holiday.
It's a very powerful reminder, I think, that those who are making these decisions really are putting the people at the centre, and thinking about how they can best look after their people and make sure that their people have a future with them, that there are jobs to come back to.
Absolutely.
So what difference does having a Christian faith make in all of this? And does it make it easier?
No, I don't think faith makes the situation easier at all. But what it does do, I think it changes how we respond to it. So there are a lot of people who are very anxious, and that's right and proper. I think these are difficult times, but I think for me, it's the thing that drives me to work as hard as I can, to do as much as I can to ensure that we can keep going through it. And I think a lot of that is because of the faith that I have.
So how does that faith then really make a difference in the way that you approach life and work in these circumstances?
So the reality for me is that that my hours have gone up, because I'm now covering work for people that aren't able to be there right now, and my salary's gone down. So I'm doing more for less. But actually, I'm glad to be in a position where I can do that. I'm glad to be able to put that extra work in, and to look to God for how we work out that reduction in salary. And the last week that we've been doing that, God's really been good to me in terms of I found the work easier. Not that it is easier work, but I found it easier because I believe that God's given me a grace to do that.
Is there any Bible verse that is really impacting you at the moment?
Whenever you face anything like this, I think it's those verses like, do all you do as unto the Lord. And there's a context to that verse, obviously, but I really do think that that's the driver behind what I do. I will do the extra work. I will take the pay cut, because it's not about me doing it for the business or for the money, but wanting to do it for the Lord. And yeah.
Well, Mike, we know how busy you are. We're very grateful that you've taken the time to join us. We're so glad that you're part of the church here, part of the leadership team, and thank you for joining us today.
Thank you. God bless.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mike. And what we love about what Mike said was that both employees and employers are going through hard times at the moment. Whether you're still going into work or whether you've been furloughed, we want to say to you that we recognise that you're going through hard times. And there's a very famous psalm in the Bible, Psalm 23. You may have heard of it before. And part of that psalm says this: even when I go through the darkest valley, I fear no evil, for you are with me. And we want to ask you 3 questions today. Firstly, what valleys do you feel like you've gone through during this season? Secondly, while you were going those valleys, or while you were in those valleys, did you feel alone? And thirdly, did you find that anybody else brought you hope? Did anybody or anything bring you hope? Because we know that to go through things alone without anybody is never good, and it's never right, and it's never easy. And so we want to say to you from Freedom Church that we have set up a chaplaincy line. It's a number you can call to get through to somebody who is there to listen to you, who is there to be present with you, and who's there to pray with you, that you would know God's presence during your valleys, during your tough times. We don't promise to be able to change your situation. We can't do anything about COVID-19, but what we can do is we can listen to you. We can be with you, and we can pray for you. And we'd love to do that. If you are feeling alone, if you are feeling like you need hope, if you are feeling like you're in valleys, please do give that chaplaincy line a call, because we are here and we are ready to listen and to pray for you. So from all of us, thank you for listening, and God bless. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Show your mighty hand, heal our streets.